What's up, y'all? Got a banger from the wall. Let's get straight into it. She looks like Angelina Jolie went on a 3-day crack binge.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
What is that? Go back to mommy and daddy. Live again and trust people. This man shattered your entire existence. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Absolutely ridiculous. You're a grown woman. Come on, dude. Really, that's the reason? Drawers?
I'm sorry, but these are such small things that really literally just occur from a man existing in a house.
Facts.
And on top of it, these things are really super fixable. You just have to have a reasonable discussion. There's really no reason for an ultimatum.
Yeah, tell him every time he does that, you'll give him a BJ. Things will change.
And especially not a threat of divorce. But even at worst, if he flat out refuses to keep the laundry picked up, the drawers closed, and to stop playing his Xbox as much, is he a good man? Is he a hard worker?
Facts.
Does he make you feel loved? Does he respect you and your opinion? Is he loving and giving towards you? Do you enjoy spending time with him? These are the things that matter, not the stuff. Because if he was worth marrying, it's actually worth doing those little extra things that result from him living
What
in the
happened to doing things for your spouse to make them happy? It seems like all of these modern women now are just a succubus. They want to suck the life out of you. And I'm not talking about sucking the right things. They're trying to suck out your happiness. It's like Ghostbusters. They're just trying to suck all the happiness that you have. They're a succubus. Like, what happened to women being a helpmate to men? What happened to that? We as men go out there and provide and protect, but we come home and all you do is complain about the drawers being open and us playing Xbox. That's like the one bit of peace we have from hanging out with our guy friends. Like, Cass knows when I play Xbox with the boys, that's time with the boys. And it's an hour or two minimum. It takes a long time to get Call of Duty booted up. It takes a long time to get in a game. And you want to play a few games with them and hang out. I don't get to hang out with my guy friends a lot. So this is a time for us to bond. This is stuff that we need. So it's just wild to me that these women really think that leaving a drawer open or playing Xbox is a reason to leave a man. It's like we get a little bit of happiness as men, and those things like that. Like sometimes we're lazy. We just don't think about that stuff. You know, Xbox is fun.
same space as you, especially when nobody is perfect, and I'm sure that he picks up the slack and he does things for you. I think that if you can just accept it because it's so small and petty, then do that. If you can't, then just have a discussion about it.
Be an adult.
Don't make a TikTok and put that man on blast for something that he probably doesn't realize bothers you that much.
That's the thing. These women would rather get on TikTok, put a man on blast, than have an adult conversation about what's going on and the way that she feels. Because this is why I say women grow old, they never grow up. They act like children. Things bother them, they get online. And the reason they get online is because they seek validation from other women who will say, "Yes, queen. Yeah, leave him. You should be alone." Because misery loves company. And single women keep women single.
It's where some men only put value on their wives once they are gone, sick, or dead. It is insane that they are fine with putting a fiduciary value on it, except when it comes to stay-at-home moms, except when it comes to just your wife in general.
There are men
I just can't take the bull nose ring serious, man.
Do not value women's time, and they do not value women's work, especially if it's unpaid work they're doing. I post a ton about domestic labor, the laundry, the cooking, the cleaning, the caretaking, and every time I do, without fail, there are men in the comments who say, "That is not hard work. That is not hard work. Why are you complaining? Why are you nagging? Why are you always talking about this? It is not hard work. It is easy, so stop talking about it."
I mean, let me know in the comments. Do you guys think like doing dishes is hard work? Do you guys think doing laundry is hard work? Do you guys think like sweeping and like vacuuming is hard work? Do you guys think that's hard work? Do you think cooking is hard work? Or is like doing offshore oil drilling, offshore oil rigging, being on like Deadliest Catch and catching bluefin tuna in the middle of the Atlantic? I don't know if that's where it is. Do you think it's harder to do underwater welding? I mean, you let me know. Being a construction worker, being a concrete worker, being a bricklayer, being a roofer in July in Texas, like, You get to sit in the AC and do laundry, and most of the time you have a washer and a dryer, so you just chunk it in there and you hang it up easy. You have a dishwasher, you just chunk it in there. Like you have you can buy robot vacuums now. Like we're slowly but surely making the wife duties obsolete, which is why I think all this stuff was invented, because they're like, women aren't doing their job, so we'll just get a robot to do it.
That is what they are saying in the comments. And then when somebody has the audacity to ask them to cook dinner, take care of their own kids, do their own laundry, they want to get paid for it. And they want to get paid for it. It's not hard work, but if they're doing it, they deserve to get paid. And that's because a lot of these men believe that their time is more valuable than women's time.
Well, I mean, depending on what type of work that she does, more than likely it is. I'll be honest, my time is worth more than Cass's. I make more money than her. And I'm like, hey, I could, let me work. I'll make more money than you working all day in a couple of hours. That's just the reality. And she gets it.
Women should be doing all of these things, not complaining about it and doing it for free. But if they are doing it, then they deserve to be paid. They deserve acknowledgement. They deserve to be seen as taking on this hardship for their family, for simply doing domestic labor and taking care of their own kids. Right? And I'm not just saying this. When women are working full-time, even when they are the breadwinner, they do the bulk of the domestic labor and the caretaking. Even when they're the sole earner, they do a fair share of the domestic labor and caretaking. But when men are the breadwinners or the sole winners, they do a very minimal amount of caretaking and domestic labor because they value their time more than women's time. Even when women say, hey, I'm the breadwinner, I make more money. Men go, well, your job's probably not that hard. Your job can't be that hard because you're a woman. So of course it couldn't be hard. It couldn't be hard, and therefore it's not valuable. I'm appreciative because I need your money.
What I love is this woman's in her kitchen, probably doesn't have a job. Husband's gone, maybe kids are gone. Maybe she's a single mom.
Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom.
Complaining to who? Other women, because she wants validation from other women. It's truly sad. It's hilarious, though.
Money, and I'm going to spend your money, but actually don't talk about it because it's not hard. So I still expect you to do the laundry and the cooking and the cleaning and taking care of the kids. I understand that you make more money. I understand that you're the only one working, but I still expect you to show up at home. But when women dare to ask of that of their partners, these men go up in arms like, oh my God, what are you complaining about? How could you be mad at me? I have a job, I make money, and you want me to do the dishes? Are you kidding me? My time is more valuable than that.
I mean, it is.
That's all it comes down to. They think their time is more valuable than women's time.
I don't think I know. We've looked at the numbers.
The time that they spend at work is more valuable even if they're paid less because their work is harder. Because what they do is more important. Because they're a man. That's really what it comes down to. Like, I'm not saying all men. I have to always put that disclaimer. I'm not saying all men. But a lot of men. The data shows it. The data shows that this is how a lot of men
Stupid.
think and act. Because if they didn't, then this woman wouldn't be making a video about how she has a job where she literally has men filing claims because women can't fold laundry and they have to do it. And so they need money for it.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
This is what awaits you.
I mean, facts, honey. Like, you did all that. You could have whipped up some food.
At home.
Some husbands and some wives end up regretting getting a divorce. For better or worse, in my experience, oftentimes it's the husband, it's the man who's paying alimony, who's paying child support. Men sometimes only think about the short term, what their life will immediately look like after the divorce. They're not looking at the long term. If you're a guy, if you're thinking about leaving your wife, you gotta look at the whole picture before you make that decision. What's gonna happen to the kids? Where are your kids gonna live? Are you gonna have to pay support to your ex? Are you gonna have to divide your assets? Are you gonna have to sell the house? Are you gonna have to buy a new house? Is your life going to be harder by divorcing versus trying to make the marriage work?
How could it not be difficult if 40% of your salary goes to a woman?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a point. A lot of time with alimony, child support, like you're not just supporting the kids, but you're also supporting a grown woman, which is insane to me.
Argument. I was married to a narcissist, and 9 out of 10 times when we had an argument, if not every time, he would do this one thing, and it irritated me so bad. I'm not going to act like I'm a perfect person. I never did anything wrong.
I'm not a perfect person. There's many things I wish I didn't do. 9 out of 10 times he's a narcissist. But, you know, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not perfect, but, like, it's always his fault, though. You can't make this stuff up.
Marriage. But this is one thing that I would highly recommend you not do to your spouse, especially when you're arguing, is bring up something from the past.
Dude, this is why all women need a golden plunger, because they're really good at bringing up old shit.
Especially if that person has already apologized, you've talked through it multiple times, done what they need to do for you to move past it. So when me and my husband would argue, he would say, okay, well, remember when you did this? Remember when you did this? And he would bring up something that happened years ago, like in the beginning of us dating. I'm just going to fully expose myself, tell you what happened. Again, I'm not perfect.
You cheated on him.
I was 18 years old when we started dating. And so this is 18-year-old me being stupid and just whatever. Me and
my friend went to get alcohol. This is already getting, yes, I know where this is going.
On alcohol, and our manager was sketchy enough to buy us some and give it to us. And I told him, my boyfriend, who was the narcissist that I ended up marrying at the time, I ended up lying to him about how we got the alcohol. But he was older than me. He was old enough to get his own alcohol, like go to the store, whatever. He was over 21. And I just wanted to be cool and be like, ooh, look, like I can get my own alcohol too. Because we had been dating for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. So I just wanted to look cool for him. I know it's stupid, but I did. And even though it was a stupid lie, it was still a lie, and I was in the wrong for lying. And I apologized multiple times. I explained the situation. But 2 years into our marriage, a year and a half, 6 months into our marriage, whatever, he would bring it up every single time. Remember when you lied about this? Remember when you did this? Remember, like, and I would say,
bro, all I gotta say, a lying woman belongs to the streets. Like, you can't, like, this is why men lie and women wear makeup. Like, women's version of lying should be superficially, men lie all the time just because they don't want to make women mad, and I get it. No, lying's bad, but like, I've dealt with these types of women that lie a lot, and it's like, dude, you can't make them any better. And when a woman lies, it's really bad. I feel like men can lie though, and it's okay. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think this off-brand, Julia Roberts is talking about?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Do you think that men can lie and it's okay, or is it bad all across the board? I think this dude's tripping a little bit. If she lied about getting alcohol, it is what it is. You're 18. Like, if you're gonna trip on that and hold on to it, you probably shouldn't have married her. It's just my opinion.
I apologize for that. We've talked through it. This was the situation. And he would be like, I bet you're not even telling me the full story. And he would want me to go through that whole story again of when we were dating for like the first 3 weeks of when I lied, which again, I shouldn't have lied. It was dumb, but I apologized multiple times about it, and he would still bring it up.
And the thing is if a woman's willing to lie about something as small as that, men, we're smart, we're intuitive, we're logical, we're thinking, if she lied about something so small, she's probably going to lie about other things too. That's why as men, we pick up on this stuff. Trust is a big deal between men. And women, they lie to each other all the time. Girl, you look so good. Does that dress make you look fat? No.
Big back, big
you
back.
You look great.
Big back, big back.
Like, you're big backed.
Up his ammo, because that was like the one thing he had on me. And why do they do this? They do this to completely avoid any kind of accountability, especially if the argument has nothing to do with what they're bringing back up. We would be arguing about, hey, you didn't put your laundry in the spot that I've asked you to please do over and over. He'd be like, remember when you lied to me? It would be like completely just misdirection, take the blame off of me and put it all on you for no reason. Again, I'm not perfect in the marriage. I said some things that I shouldn't have said, just like everybody, I'm human. But that was the one time that I legitimately did something that he had the right to be mad about, was that I lied, which again, don't lie. That's dumb. Even if it's a stupid lie, don't lie. There's no point in doing that. But he harped on that for years. And that's what narcissists do. They will take that one little thing where they like caught you. They got you, and they can't move past that one thing, and it will irritate the out of you. Doesn't matter how many.
I think it only bothers you if it actually hits you to your core, though. If you had really come to terms with it and actually apologized, anytime he would say it, you'd be like, you know what, I did. The way to take away a narcissist's power is any shame, insult, guilt, or anything that they try to throw at you, just minimize it and be like, yeah, you're right, I did lie. I could be lying about other things. I know it's taken you a lot of time to earn my trust back, so I get that, and I'm willing to be patient. keep it pushing. Like, right? If he's not willing to earn, like, if you're not willing to earn his trust back, then break up. It's really not that hard. Be an adult.
Times you apologize, work through it, whatever, they're still going to bring it up.
Stop it. Get some help.
Brother, they always tell the story in a...
Yeah, absolutely unreal. But the thing is, this is why you can never trust a lying woman. A lying woman will continue to lie. Like, deceitful women are... You can't go back to them, dude.
No. Our generation...
Wife divorces husband for being too perfect. Why Kaka's ex-wife divorced Kaka.
is cooked. There's no way! Kaka's ex-wife has just come out saying why she actually divorced Kaka, who she was married to for 10 years, saying,
Insane.
Kaka never betrayed me. He treated me well. He gave me a wonderful family, but I was not happy. Something was missing. The problem was he was too perfect for me. You're telling me that this woman married her childhood sweetheart and divorced him after 10 years, even after 2 children, to end up going with a bad boy. So she was married to a Champions League winner, World Cup winner, and Ballon d'Or winner, and yet she still divorced him. Not to mention that this guy's one of the most handsome men in football. I'm not gay, but this guy is majestic, let's be real. Lads, if this guy ended up being single and got divorced for being too perfect...
This is why I say you got to have a little bit of toxicity in your relationships, because women thrive off this stuff, man. Like, you can't all be sunshine and rainbows. You can't be nice. You can't simp. Even when you're married, dude, you have to give them a little bit of push and pull. And it's the reason why is because you have to understand that women grow old, they never grow up. So they like that childish nature. You know, when you were in 3rd grade or 4th grade and you had a crush and you were mean to them, and that's how you got your attention, and, you know, you went around on the playground and you ran away from them and you ignored them and you were mean to them. That's what women like. So you have to feed into that sometimes, even if you're in a long-term relationship. Like, sometimes I'll just piss Cass off just to do it, because I know at the end of the day, she kind of likes it. It's messed up, but she likes it. And so sometimes you have to do it. You can't just always give them everything that they want, because if they do, remember, women biologically, instinctually are hypergamous. They're always looking for the best mate. So if they feel like you're always just being nice to them, they feel like that there's something better out there. So you have to push them a little bit. You have to be the antagonist in this story, right? Women are like a feather. You know, when you get a feather and you stroke up, this might look bad. This might look a little sus. But you stroke up, the feather doesn't change. But as soon as you stroke down, you go down, the feather changes. Sometimes you gotta irk their feathers a little bit. Change. Do a little bit. Do something different. Don't do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and expect a different result. That's the definition of insanity. You have to give a little bit of spice in there once in a while. Now, does it suck? Yeah, because as men, we don't like doing this. But it's kind of like, you know, when you give your homies a hard time, or you like roast your homies. It's kind of the same thing. Like, roast your girl. Keep things, you know, vibrant. Don't just keep everything like positive and happy. Life isn't like that. There's the good and the bad, the yin and the yang, the dark and the black and the white. Like, you got to have this contrast in life to have a good balance. So if you're always happy and there's never any turmoil, there's never any sadness, there's never any scared, you know, thoughts or things like you need to have this stuff to have this good balance in a relationship. And so you got to know when to pick some fights. Pick some fights, maybe be a little rude sometimes, maybe talk back a little bit, you know, like do that. I'm not saying do it all the time, but you got to find a good balance. This way the woman's like, you know what? I am hypergamous and he is the best. Yeah, I'll say stuff like, you know, I'm the catch, right? She's like, you're not the catch, I'm the catch. And I'm like, nah, I'm the catch. And I'll just die on that hill. And then at the end of the day, I'll be like, nah, I was just giving you a hard time. And she's like, don't give me a hard time. But she likes it. At the end of the day, she likes that I'm giving her a hard time. Or she tells me not to do something, I do it. It's just like we're children. But it keeps the relationship fun. It keeps things vibrant. If you just want a relationship that's just like even keel, to me, it's just kind of boring, because we as people, we thrive off of like variety. Like, it's just like music, repetition and variety. Good relationship, repetition and variety. Good meaningful relationship of any kind, whether it's a friend or a spouse, repetition and variety. It's just like when you hang out with your homies. You can sit there and just be talking about the good things, but then somebody starts roasting and things get funny. People start laughing. That's what it is. It's the up and the down, the ebbs and the flows. You have to have that. And you have to know how to navigate that in a relationship. This way things don't get stagnant, because that's why Kaka got left. Things got stagnant. He was too perfect. He provided too much. There was not enough turmoil. So she wants to go out there and she wants to get some turmoil, aka she wants to get on the hot dog carousel, and she wants to get that variety. She wants to get that rise. So if you don't get that rise out of her, another guy's going to get a rise in her. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. I won't make the rules. I just enforce them. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you think that women thrive off of just having everything hunky-dory and just like, oh, it's all positive? Or do you think they thrive off a little bit of that toxicity? I think they thrive off a little bit of that toxicity. Not too much, just enough. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys, man. Mad love. Peace.